Hey, what's up? I'll tell you what. It's it's been awkward because you want to know why. My daughter, she's been gone for the week. She's off to a good Bible camp, and it means the world to me. But I'll tell you, the sorting, it's definitely a lot slower without her. And so that's life, right? That's what we want. We want the stuff to be done right. Look at that. There's some neat stuff in there. Them translucent pieces there. But anyways, I just want to let y'all know that she comes back Saturday, so I didn't know how to use a printer, and so she left me with instructions on how to print stuff off, and I think been able to get a lot of stuff done. It took me just a couple days. I figured that out. So I did sell a couple of our items on eBay and the Facebook as well. Some people have been able to reach out and get that started with us with selling with eBay and Facebook, because it's kind of new to me. I know for a lot of people they've been doing it for years and years, and I will tell you, I actually did eBay about 15 years ago, and it was so awkward. And all I can remember is I sold a an Epson project, what do you call it, projector, and I think I paid like $1,000 for it. And I just remember I was like, I just moved to Europe and I put it for sale, and I'm kind of trying to learn, and I just put it as an auction. And as the auction's going, I'm not paying attention to it until it ends, and next thing you know, I was looking at it the next day and it said, "Oh, your auction has ended. The item sold for $6." And I was just like stunned. I was like, "Whoa, no, 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 no! It can't sell for $6." I was hoping to get maybe like $700-800 out of it, but the problem was hardly anybody used eBay in Europe at the time, and that was the sacrifice that a lot of people were taking. And even today you can still get burnt, but I guess you have to make that decision. Are you able to turn around and say, no, I'm not going to ship it? Maybe I should have. I was like, I guess I look at it as like, well, aren't you under contract, when you say that? But now I actually get people who they'll buy something and they say, I need to cancel or something. I'm like, really? Actually, no one does that, because my prices are always like the lowest you can find. This is a good one. I had a Disney pin. I have a lot of Disney pins. These are new. We bought them, never opened them, just put them in boxes. And I was selling a bunch of them. And there was this one. What's this not focusing? I mean, seriously, is there a problem with this? Okay, it's focused. Maybe it's certain items. Okay, sorry about that. But anyway, so the item sold. Jeez, my brain. Okay, I was looking up the item. They had this item listed for $139. This thing was worth maybe $20. Okay, so I look at theirs. I copy a lot of their stuff, of looking at it. But the big part was I'm not really copying their stuff, is I'm trying to get an idea of price. And sure enough, I even found another one I think was only selling for like $40 or something. I listed mine for $25, but they sent me an offer the next day the ones selling it for $130 some to send me an offer for like 119, and I respond, no, thank you. But I said, I have one I'll sell you for $30. And I don't know if, how they come up with the numbers, but I did list on Facebook this week a purse. It was handmade in Italy, Pisa, a long time ago, 20 plus years probably. And it was made right there at that facility with this person named Alexander or Francisco. So he had his name on the purse, and it was him making it, and he said it would take about 8 hours. We were there first thing that morning, and we were going to spend the whole day there. So we were like, great, we'll come back in the morning, pick it up. So they made that, and it was kind of a unique purse, I guess. My wife, she didn't like it much, or she just didn't use it. I don't know what's the way you say that, but that I just recently found, and I'm listing it, but you can't find another one. It's kind of unique in its own right. So how do you determine the price? But the price I think I put it for like I don't even know now, $350, because I just remember having to pay about that. It's all I can remember. I said, man, I remember paying several $100s, and that's all I can remember. But anyways, that's where I can understand someone asking an amount that maybe seems unrealistic, but in reality, it's because it's kind of unique. A Disney pin, there's tons of them, and even the ones that are limited editions that might have 3,000 or 100. I mean, they're out there. We know pretty much what they cost, and most of them you can look up and find out what they retailed for. And I mean, it's within a reason. If there's a pin that was selling for $15 and I bought it in Tokyo and I'm selling it for 20 or 25, I mean, I've had that thing for years, carrying it around, protecting it, keeping it, there. You think if no one did that, I mean, geez, it's going to be kind of sad if you think about it, that we couldn't buy, older Disney pins, because some of them are really cool. Great thing is they keep having new stuff coming out that's really awesome. But dealing with the Lego, it's again a lot of sorting, and I'm definitely making some progress, right? At least in my mind I am. And I hopefully get into technique really soon. So, but these are the typical trays I'll be using, like this here. Really, it was kind of like with the trays like that over there. Sorry if I can't focus. That tray there. These type of trays, it's hard to get your hands in them. Okay, you can, but you can't put a lot of parts in them, if you're kind of like getting them like that. Okay. So going with these trays, it's a lot easier to get your hand in there. And I'll have them stacked, like you see behind me. Okay, so there won't be much of a gap between each one of these. So before I had them, with lids on them, keeping them out of the dust, I can kind of seal off the front of this and the back of them to prevent a lot of dust and any contaminants getting in here. But still have a lot to do. But I am watching all y'all's other YouTube channels out there with the Lego, Bricklink, and Brick Owl, and the mock builders. Unbelievable. Some of these guys, what they build, it's so cool. And I have to admit, there maybe one day I'm gonna get into it. I like the 3D parametric designs software that they use, except you're using Lego bricks, and it's kind of cool what you can think of and how it helps you design and just it's crazy stuff. But right now, just trying to get my daughter into finish. She's got 2 more years in high school and then off to college. And, y'all know with college what that entails. It's just a lot of preparation. It's a lot of money. That's why I'm literally everything I do goes towards that. She's finally made the volleyball team this year. It's her first year. And so she'll be in 11th grade, and it's a lot of money just in that kind of stuff. So thank you to everybody out there who has purchased anything from me, understanding where your money goes. Just a single dad here trying to do the best. And, I think God and the path that we walk is the right way of doing things, that it leads us into making ends meet and being happy and prosperous with everything that we do. So can't ask for anything else. I just want everybody to know we're not we're not the type of people you'll ever worry about taking advantage of you, because we'll always make sure we're on the wrong end of the stick. I'd rather be that side of the stick than the other side, because it's a lot easier justifying what you do and what you think, as long as you know you're doing what's right. So what else is there? I can't think too much more. I'm not doing any more part outs because it's just I have too much parts right now. I have a couple totes over there of Lego sets that need to be done. I don't know what's in these boxes. These here. I know in here I have a bunch of Lego magazines. I think these are all just sets and stuff. So I've been kind of working on that, because like over there, all these boxes over there, I kind of know what they are. The items that are right in there, that's the big hallway down there. That's all minifigs. So, and then back in the back, there's more boxes of just Lego boxes of things. So I can't wait. I can't wait to get the store open. Ruby Lee and I, we've just been talking about so much, and I think we're both scared. I think I'm more scared than her, and I think our biggest concern is, can we find stuff when it's time? I guess I need to make sure that the adjustments in there for your orders on Bricklink or Brickout, that I should say at least 3 days. On Facebook or eBay, I put 2 days, but I've always shipped same day. It's one of the things that makes me, it's so good to get things out early. I don't know, do people actually kind of like, I don't want to buy from me because I don't want to buy, they don't want to buy from me because they're like, it takes them 2 days to ship stuff. My mindset is, if you kind of understand it's 2 days and I ship it same day, you're going to get it probably like what you would hope to get it, because sometimes this shipping takes longer than normal. But if you got it in the mail the same day, it's kind of like, and everyone's happy. It's like, do you say when you have appointment that's at 6:00, just say it's 5:45 or 5:30, so you can arrive a little bit late and it's 5:45, but yet you're really early. And it's like, I was relaxed, not, but then again, what happens to people once they know that, then they're like, well, I already know it's not 5:30, and then they keep pushing it until now we're late at 6:00. you're the one that controls it. It's trying to maybe convince the other person it's at 5:30, so they're not late. So, alrighty. Well, I'll let y'all go and get back with you soon. And I'm sure Rubly, I know she's been working on a lot of the minifig stuff and utensils and weapons and all that stuff in her room. So that's all in there. And I think she has about like maybe six more, what do you call those things? Those things down there. Bins, call them plastic bins. I don't know what you call them. So she has about six more of those to go through. And we do have a lot of like minifig heads that are, I mean, I think there's like maybe 1,000 or some of them in there. There are a lot that have like maybe 10 of the same type or 20 or maybe 5, but man, that's daunting to think about that. Hey, if anyone's out there that has anything with the videos that y'all do with the chat and chit stuff with Lego, I would love to be a part of that. I see a lot of these people, Yellow Brick Road or just Brick in the Bucket or Pops Blocks. All of you, there's so many out there. The Brickmaster and the with some guys up in Chicago. There's so many of them. I can't even think of them. I have to admit, I'd like to be in that group chat if you ever get a chance. I was in the one with, I was in a membership thing with, what's his name? Come on, y'all know who I'm talking about. Used to work at Barnes and Noble. The Wolf of Bricks. Yeah. The Wolf of Bricks. Great guy. I mean, I kept on trying to reach out to him and it just never could get a response. And after a while, I was just like, I'm not, I was paying for a monthly fee and it's really hard to figure out how to get a hold of somebody. And at the same time, I'm not going to call the person directly because, I feel a little inconvenient to make a person feel like, oh, who's this calling me just because he's one of the members. So I kind of understand their part. I don't know how they kind of work that out and arrange it. I just, look at it a little different, I guess. But alrighty, talk to y'all later. Bye bye.